We'll be trailing versus trailing up top, so we're going to see Ice Pengo in a 1v1 against Sand King. That should be a pretty good matchup for Sand King, I would imagine.
Yeah, for sure, but I think you just trade. Sand King will win, but it's not... Oh. He's been nerfed so many times up top.
They're just going to keep going in. Fnatic get the kill before MP goes down, so it's a 1-for-1 trade in the end. Fighting and Undying in a trailing versus tri-lane. I mean, it kind of works. They get the kill on MP at least, so you're trying to support for a carry in a sense. I guess we're kind of so early on that doesn't really matter, you know, whether it's carry, support, dying. He's going to TP right back in the lane, but...
I'm just afraid you're tri-laning into an Undying. Like, This is like the classic blunder. I don't know how you win this matchup. You can see a double decay. Like Jabs can just 1v2 easily, and you've already secured lane control now on the side of Fnatic as they pull the creep wave back.
I think it's kind of maybe the idea of why they just wanted to jump on the Drow, because they know if they just try and play a passive lane stage, they're going to lose. Like that's where Undying's going to get the decay stacks up. So before he even has a single decay stack, they're jumping in for a kill on Drow. Perhaps recognizing they're going to have to, you know, kind of disassemble this tri-lane. I mean, they are sticking with it. They're going to look for just pulls, but they're also dealing with Fnatic, who are pulling side camps themselves, and this is problematic if Complexity don't contest.
I will say, though, I think that a 3v3 does definitely benefit coL. Whenever there's a tri-lane versus tri-lane, you're going to have a ton of under-leveled heroes, and when you've got a Broodmother mid, I think that benefits your side more. Obviously, the coOp can easily rotate when you've got like level 7, level 8 up, but Brood is all about timing and getting these towers down quick. And when there's no threat from the enemy supports because they're so low level, you have total freedom to do so. You get out-pushed and rather deep pushed, but no one can really kill the Brood on the side of Fnatic.
Yep. Yeah, they don't have that real good setup, perhaps, until maybe like a Pengo gets involved with like a Blink Dagger later on with his Rolling Thunder. So early on, it's a pretty even laning stage. The first blood for Complexity hasn't given them a massive advantage by any means, as the 1v1 lanes also going fairly evenly, coOp with a lot of CS, but some of those will, of course, be those spiderlings, so not giving quite as much gold as you'd normally expect, and the Brood will be able to kind of accelerate once you get levels in the spawn spiderlings to just kind of power farm using them.
Yeah, I like what Abed chose to do here. He's already, he skipped finishing Null and just rushed Bottle, getting a couple extra mangoes as well, because that's how you got to beat Brood. You just spam the Scream, ensure the spider spam doesn't get out of control.
Back atop, the Undying continues to plague the tri-lane versus tri-lane. So it's only 2 kills apiece, but Complexity went to that tri-lane with a first blood advantage on their PA and have only managed to get 9 CS on PA. Drow, you know, identical CS-wise, so they aren't losing this top lane, but it's definitely not going well.
There'll be, I think level 3 is when the coL tri-lane power specs, though. You'll have real damage threat from the 343 Oracle. I'm always just concerned, man. The Undying is just so scary. Thankfully, like Drow is one of the weaker tri-laners in Dota 2. Mid lane, I think, is still the lane to watch. You can see Monkeys chases Abed, forces the blink, doing very well in this mid side. And as you said, the CS favoring coOp, but a lot of that gold are the spiders, so he is still behind in net worth.
Yeah, the Brood, some of the Broods does have access into the neutrals so earlier, jungling up the Alpha Wolves, so both sides able to kind of supplement their income from neutrals and spiders, not just the lane creeps themselves. Abed gets fortunate with a rune there. If he didn't get that illusion rune, he would have had to have maybe even gone back to base.
Well, where's he keeping to? He's going bottom. Whoa, this is a hell of a rotation right here.
He can just stay invis here. He's got a sentry ward himself. Can they even get him out? They're going to sentry Limp, just de-wards it and stays invis. Limp was ready for it. That was a TP bottom and everything. That really kind of...
Oh, they're swapping lanes. That's why. Okay, that's cool, actually. Okay. I don't mind this at all. And it's a cool decision because the runes will be spawning in 30 seconds. Sand King, not the greatest at controlling it. Abed should be able to play for both runes, and then he'll be full HP once again. Pango, the physical, the spiders are very much immune to magical damage. It's, I think, what, 75% reduction, something crazy like that. Pango's Q, I believe, one-shots, all the little spiders die as soon as you're level 5. And once you're level 7, I think all the big ones will start dying as well. So this just stops Monkeys forever. His aggression is gone. In bottom, you can see Abed dueling for the rune. He's got Blink active. Yeah, he should be able to get one.
Yeah, the Sand King makes sure he doesn't get both. Sand King did not have a bottle, so just got the rune pickup, which is great in itself, but coOp able to heal back up with the bottle charges. They're going to find Tusk back at top, as the tri-lane of Fnatic should be able to find this kill here. Zefric just going to buy as much time as he can and do a little bit of damage, but ultimately does go down.
This is a really cool maneuver by Fnatic, though.
Yeah, and just the reason why they don't have these lanes at the start is kind of because Pango can't lane versus Brood until you get the levels. Like,
And also, I think coOp just gets pressured by Sand King. want the levels, and also it's more that at this phase of the game, Pango no longer wants to be down bottom against a Sand King. If he ever swashbuckles and catches a stun into ultimate, you're in a ton of trouble. And you don't want Quap mid against Brood. As you can see, he's like forced to spam spells and yet still not able to deal with this Brood because the heavy regen and magic reduction on the spiders.
Okay.
It's just cool. It's just really cool, and I think that the slowing the pace of the game would favor Fnatic. If Miracle's PA can get very farmed at a certain point, he does sort of take over. But I think coL have more of the clock in terms of making plays early.
And we are seeing both 1v1 lanes essentially turn into these passive farming lanes now. Quap and Sand King, neither has kill threat on the other without a rotation, which we could see. Like someone like a Rubik TPing down there with the Sonic Wave could threaten to bring down that Sand King, but it seems for the most part both sides just kind of content to farm. MP, once he's level 6, can also fall back to the Ancients, as Drows like to do. So it doesn't really feel like either team is in any rush to start pressuring objectives, which kind of is what I feel like Broods normally want to do, at least to a certain extent.
Yeah, I think it's one of the few heroes that can still very much benefit from doing so. We see Medusas as well, occasionally TAs, that you can just farm so fast in the jungle that even if you lose a couple creeps every wave middle, it just doesn't bother you. And as we've explained, like you can see Ice used his Q on the lane there, so now Monkeys can confidently press forward. He's just gonna,
I think trying to just scare him off. That's some ice tactics.
Yep.
Baiting out spells or fake casting them.
Yeah, I like this decision. If you're Brood, you want to play enemy side of the map as much as possible, deny their jungle, cut waves, and force Pango. Oh, no, not like this. That was... Oh god, that was so much gold, and all your spiders just died. That's great play by Ice, though, and he's just roll for him.
And because of all those fake casts, I don't think Monkeys thought he was being serious about that one. Ice just takes him out.
He just outplayed him, straight up. That was like 2 or 3 outplays in a row. Really well done.
Got over 100 gold from those spiderlings already, and we're just 7 minutes in, so... It's cool when you see something like that where the fake animation cancelling of the Rolling Thunder probably made Monkeys think he was safer when he actually goes for the actual Rolling Thunder.
Yeah. My concern is if you look down bottom, right, this is something Complexity loves to do on their Sand King. It's one of their most picked heroes. But Limp goes for the Vanguard and the maxed out Sandstorm. And this is fine. You're going to farm, but he's going Arcane's next. Like, when does Sand King actually do stuff on the map? I would much prefer, like, the phase drums, something that allows him to get aggressive, gank for this Broodmother lane. It's your strongest hero. You want to be in his lane, helping him find advantage and then towers. And instead, it looks like the coL strat is just going to be 3 cores and 3 lanes, and we'll win at some point. And I don't know if that tactic is appropriate for the game state they're in.
Yeah. Instantly just TP's out.
But this is... It's all about just getting Drow level 6, and then MP can start farming these Ancients. It's something I think certainly needs to be toned down because, of course, when you're all procs, you one-shot any creep, no matter its power level. It didn't work on Ancients. I don't think we'd see Drow quite as much because you don't care about losing lanes. You just eventually hit the 6, and then you just farm woods until you're ready to rock and roll.
Zabed going to go for this one. He has a Sonic Wave as well as another Scream soon. If he can hit both, he may be able to find this kill. Limp's trying to juke in the trees. DJ's come in. That Scream not going to land. Limp dusted and will stun his way out. Max out the stun now, at least, with the Arcane Boots. Has Blink Dagger queued up, but it's just like it feels like it's too late. Like, this Brood is already just ineffective because, as we saw in the mid lane, one Pango Swashbuckle, it killed the new, fresh Spiderlings. Those are like the strong Spiderlings, not the little baby ones, too.
Yeah, we'll see. It could always be misreading. PA, Brood, like, these heroes do scale. Sand King, at some point, will have, like, that Blink Crimson be nigh indestructible. It's just a question of whether coL can execute his team fights. High ground Tombstone, a little bit of pursuit coming out. I do believe Z-Freak will fall. Snowball's trying to recover. He's going to go to the creep wave, but I think Ice knows that.
Yeah, they're not going to chase Miracle. Looks like they're going to leave him as they just take down Z-Freak. It's a fight over the bounty rune. 343 does get one, and he will knock it out. Jabs was there with the decay. I don't think MP had that kill without it, and bounty runes end up getting kind of split there in the end. Their Jabs actually find themselves in trouble. Limp has rotated in, so Sand King getting active at this stage.
The concern I have is this Broodmother, who is keeping pace with the Ice Pango. Like, this is just not the way I see Broods have a ton of success. He's going for the more early game item build, Medallion into Diffusal, and then he's going to look to try and click somebody down with a Purge into Spiders. But, like, there's 2 different heroes that can clear all of the Spiderlings if they want to. The Quap with their ultimate or the Pango with the Swashbuckle.
It feels like the idea almost needs to be that he's able to... mid lane, Limp with the Vanguard. What's Abed? And Abed was trying to get greedy going for the tier 1 tower, and it's going to be instead Top Miracle getting Focus down by SSIs. Needs to land the hit. The evasion once will not save him the second right click as...
Oh, Abed! Nice play from Limp there.
He even got the tower deny as well, and Jabs is in trouble. The Broodmother's rotated in. Limp helping perhaps salvage things a bit. We're still very early on, and it's kind of even on goal, but it feels like Complexity needed to do something.
Yeah, that was something, though. That was great plays from Limp in 2 occasions. He jukes out the certain death bottom by just playing topside, stunning away, goes to Shrine, rotates top, and just outplays Abed, who was getting greedy. He had Arcane popped, and he wanted to get a Scream into ultimate off that would have killed off the Sand King. Limp knew this and just got the max range stun, actually predicting that Abed would step forward and hitting it on, I believe, like 20 units to spare. Like, it was pretty much perfect and gets the last hit.
Yeah, he kind of knew they were going to play maybe a bit too aggressive, baiting out the tier 1 tower with how low it got. So even just the initial stun, getting the QoP under the tower to get her down so low. Abed gets punished, and Fnatic have to be a little bit careful. I feel like we're seeing in a very good spot with just the pace this game was going at, but feels like that being given over to Complexity in a sense.
A lot of emphasis now on Limp still. He's played well so far. He'll have Blink finish like 400 gold, trying to set up on Abed again. He's going to ult forward. This is a level 2 ultimate. This is surely a kill.
Yeah, they've got the snowball follow-up. Is there Walrus Punch? Don't need it. They're going to get the kill with Z-Freak's support, and Limp, he's making plays happen. Look at his net worth. He is so far ahead of everyone, and we had some doubts about the Blink Dagger timing, but when you get all these kills, a solo kill on the QoP, and a second kill on the QoP now with the help of the Tusk, suddenly his Blink's up in no time.
Yep. He gives away Sandstorm to the Rubik. That's one of the best spells for DJ at this phase of the game because he just wants to farm. It's the super low mana cost, low cooldown. He can push waves out as much as he'd like. Notice we haven't seen MP for quite some time, and here he is at suddenly level 8. Has a Yasha just after the recipe.
It's kind of his job, just he's in the jungle, farm ancients. He's one of the people that cannot go to the Brood lane.
And this is great timing though from coL. They've got a blink on the Sand King. He's got teleport ready. They smoke towards mid as Brood pushes. This is perfect. You've got Diffusal up. This is your timing. You want to make a fight happen now.
Ice is the one they may run into. If he gets the Rolling Thunder off, he's going to be fine and we'll get out of here. He is going to go chasing, looking for monkeys. Has to avoid the cliffs here. Monkeys can go flying over those ones, and he's juking the Rolling Thunder because of his pathing, and Ice is going to entirely waste that. Lexi's still nearby, and with the Rolling Thunder down, they're going to jump on Jab. They instantly delete him with the Walrus Punch here. Miracle there, and they want Ice. No Rolling Thunder here. Can they bring him down here? He's going to go in aggressive, though. Ice knows. With that damage reduction, he's actually pretty strong in how to deal with it, but Limp shows up with a Blink Burrow Strike. He's got the Sandstorm damage to follow it up, and Ice is dead. Abed shows up with the Sonic Wave. The damage is just enough to kill Z-Freak with the tower hit, and Complexity, though, not done. Despite losing the Tusk, they want more. They're chasing in. They want this Drow. They get the stun with the Burrow Strike, and Limp is just so strong right now, leading the charge forward. Monkey's following it up with some good damage as well. Unfortunately, DJ with the Soul and Sandstorm, it looks like they've got no detection, and he's going to turn it around. He Burrow Strikes, he steals it, takes down Monkeys. Oh dear, DJ with the Sandstorm into Burrow Strike. He's channeling his own inner Sand King, and it's the Sand Kings on both sides doing wonders here as DJ's not done. He's found another kill. Oh my gosh, what a magical Rubik, man, with that Aether Lens pickup with that extra cast range.
Yeah, look, he's actually just passed Abed in net worth as well. The one downside of QoP, even with the Drow, is that you still are a snowballer, and he's just died so many, not so many times, but he tried every rotation you make that you don't find a kill counts as a death in my book when you're playing QoP. And Limp, even though he's playing pretty much flawlessly so far in the game, makes all these plays happen middle. They don't get the objective, and their gold lead is hovering just above a 0. And man, that was just wow. They have still top 3 net worths. You have the Deso Rush on Miracle, but the way that they're itemizing and playing, you can see coL feel like they're on a clock, and they're going to want to try and close out the game, at least get objectives at some point in the next 10-15 minutes.
And the way the farm is distributed is kind of strange in that Fnatic essentially have 4 cores all with the same amount of farm. And they didn't do that intentionally. It's just the nature of DJ getting all these kills. He's 5-0-2. He got a ton of gold from all those kills mid. It does feel like, Complexity have the farm more in the right places,
Damage out ASAP when you can steal a spell from
Adam will get brought down.
Keep in mind that original team fight, the best spells for Rubik to play with later on in the game.
He's getting an ATOS himself. He's like, well, I guess I'll
Adam.
Yep, there's the Aether Lens Burrow Strike, and Adam will get brought down.
Keep in mind that original team fight middle was at the power spike for Complexity, and Jabs on that Undying had died right away. Did not get Tombstone off.
Ice in a Rolling Thunder too.
Yeah, mid or